Hey, what's going on everybody? Boilon here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the Apocalypse Saga. But specifically, we're going to be talking about the actual Apocalypse Saga nodes, so the ones for Apocalypse himself. So again, maybe I've been living under a rock the last week because it's been about a week or so since the patch. I didn't notice it until recently, until someone kind of let me know that they said, hey, Boilon, by the way, did you know that the Apocalypse nodes are actually on Marvel Strike? I want to say MSF.gg, but it's MarvelStrikeForce.com now. And I didn't know that. So we're going to be taking a look at that together and taking a look at exactly what you need. We know what you need, but in what order you need them, because each of the nodes have requirements and how tough the nodes look and the characters that we're going to be fighting. So if you're ready to go, let's boil this down. But before we do get there, just to be very clear, in case some people are still confused about what exactly that you need to do in order to get to Apocalypse, you do need to clear all of the regular Horseman Apocalypse sagas, but you also need to do it at the 3-star. Now, we know that the Death Saga is coming very soon because that's going to be on the tail of his event, which we're going to be talking about in separate videos. We're going to be, going back over the Death Scourge for those who forget, because that was during Christmas. So yeah, some people may have forgot from about 2 months ago. And, make sure that you do finish this, because you need to make sure that depending on what kind of difficulty for Apocalypse that you're wanting to do, that you're going to need to make sure that you do this for each of the sagas. So typically you're going to need to do heroic difficulty, because this is going to unlock the awakened abilities. And if you do this for every character, you're going to be able to unlock the second difficulty of the Apocalypse Saga, which I believe is also called the heroic difficulty. I think they use the same categories. I think they do hard, heroic, and apocalyptic, I'm pretty sure, for even the Apocalypse Saga. And it's really important that you 3-star these. I know some of the nodes in the past were a little bit difficult, so make sure you go back and do that if you haven't already. And to do the heroic difficulty, you do need gear 15. I don't believe there's a blue requirement, a blue ISO requirement. Just make sure you go back and do that. Why does this still have a red button? I'm pretty sure I did this. Yeah, I did. I don't know why it had the notification on there for me. So make sure you go back and do that. And of course, when Death comes out, you do the at least up to the heroic difficulty for Death in order to be able to do heroic difficulty for Apocalypse. So let's take a look at that. And again, if you go to msf.gg, I think it redirects to now MarvelStrikeForce.com. But if you go to their game and then you click on the campaigns button here, it's going to bring up all of this stuff over here. And on the side window, you can kind of see and kind of look at all these different things. So if you go to the event campaigns, that's where you can kind of get a bird's eye view of some of the different things, including all of the Apocalypse sagas. And then what I didn't notice down below was below Death, they had the Apocalypse, Apocalypse Hard, Apocalypse Heroic, and Apocalypse Apocalyptic. So for the purposes of this, though, I mean, all the nodes are the same for the characters. We're going to be taking a look at the heroic difficulty, because heroic difficulty is where you're going to unlock Baby Apocalypse. So that's going to be the 4 yellow, 2 red, I'm pretty sure. And then the apocalyptic version is going to be the 7 yellow, 4 red. I'm pretty sure that's how that's going to work. So, to be clear, that in order to do the Apocalypse Heroic, you do need to do the other ones on Heroic difficulty, and on top, all of your characters need to be gear tier 16, not 15, and they need to be blue ISO 4. We've talked about this in separate videos. I just want to make that very clear going in. That's the requirements for this to unlock Baby Apocalypse, all 23 characters. So if you click on Apocalypse Heroic, then you get this. It says use Darkhold. Oh, I can't highlight. Okay, you use Darkhold, Unlimited X-Men, Gamma, Deathseed, and Kestrel, Deathpool, and Spider-Weaver at gear tier 16 and a blue ISO level 4 to earn Armory 16, 17 orbs, blue 4 ions, blue 5 ions, and unlock Apocalypse. What's really interesting, because I want to double back to hard mode really quick, because it actually tells you differently on the rewards, and it says this is for gear tier 15. So if you've done the heroic difficulty on the other ones, that'll be enough to do the first mode. And I think you need to do it anyways to unlock the heroic difficulty. But it says orange and teal gear as well as blue level 1 and 4 ions. So that's interesting, but we don't know how many blue 4 ions because the rewards are not listed on these nodes, just the enemies that we're going to be fighting. So when you first clear this on the easiest difficulty, hard mode, you know, there is going to be some blue 4 ions on these per node. How many? I don't know, but that is very good because that means when he comes out, for those of you, sorry, who might be similar to me, who might be maybe a couple of characters away, then maybe this will go towards, you know, helping you get there a little bit quicker. Again, don't know how many is actually on there. But what's also interesting is that you're getting blue 4 and blue 5 ions on heroic difficulty. Now, this is the gear tier 16 version. However, what that means is that if you're doing this in the order of the character of the nodes, because I'm assuming that you have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, all the way up to the end in order to get them unlocked, that means that you're going to be getting some of these rewards as you go along. So make sure that if you're gear tier 16ing and blue 4ing your characters, make sure you're doing it in this order of the nodes. That way you can get some of the rewards along the way. So Darkhold first, Unlimited X-Men second, Gamma third, Death Seed fourth. I know that's in the order of the release of the teams. And then 5 is going to be the Kestrel. It says Sybil, but that's her name in the coding for that. See, I got confused now. Kestrel, Deathpool, and Spider-Weaver. And then what's interesting is that node 6 is Spider-Weaver. It's like the same backwards order. Actually, it's not all of them, sorry. Spider-Weaver, Kestrel, no Deathpool, Morgan Le Fay, Gambit, Agatha Harkness. So that's where it's a little bit interesting because they're taking some of the characters out of their own team, but not all of them. So there's only like one character per team, aside from Morgan Le Fay, that's being ripped out of their own team to use in conjunction with some of these characters. So node number 6, specifically Spider-Weaver, Kestrel, Morgan Le Fay, Gambit, and Agatha. So at least Morgan Le Fay and Agatha are together. Gambit stand alone. So what that means is that when we take a look at the nodes, maybe they're going to be a little bit more harder than the base requirements of this because it doesn't take into account the star levels that you actually need to get this completed. So maybe you're going to need to take your Gambit to level 95. Maybe you're going to need to take, or maybe not 95, but higher than 85 because that's gear tier 16's requirement. So maybe some of these characters are going to need to be a little bit higher to make up for the lack of stars that they have. Node number 7, Rogue, Archangel, Deathpool, Hulk, and then Evil Strange. So that's a little bit of a weird one. So again, ripping out different characters from different teams. Again, the same thing might apply. So for characters like Deathpool, Hulk, and Evil Strange, who maybe you only have at level 85, because that's the gear tier 16 requirement, maybe you're going to need to take them up to 90. Maybe you're going to need to take them to 91. I don't know. To me, probably not for Hulk, but maybe for Evil Strange, you know, to compensate for lack of stars to be able to get this done. It really depends on what things are kind of tailored towards. Does this mean that, you know, if I have gear tier 16 blue 4 level 85, I can clear this no problem? I don't know, you know, and that's what we're gonna have to find out when it does come out. Starting with the nodes though, what's really interesting is they have a lot of new characters, maybe not in the beginning, but as we go forward a little bit further, it's pretty up to date on the enemies. So we got some Undying here, we got more Gregs and stuff as well, we got a lot of zombie Iron Mans, and some Infinity Watch characters. What's really interesting, of course, is that if you leave any, you know, and I've never touched this node, so I don't know. They are level 95 though, with blue 4 as well. So it's going to be pretty challenging because the actual power level of the enemies are quite high. You know, my gear tier 6, and they're gear tier 17. So it looks like you're punching up. My characters are gear tier 16 blue 4 and sitting around, it depends on the character, maybe about 200k power, maybe 180k, depending on which one. So this is definitely a little bit of punching up. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a lot of characters. 8, 14, 20 characters on node number 1 that requires Darkhold. So I think that there's going to be some strategy involved in clearing some of these nodes. I think they're not going to be as easy as we think. And then node number 2, of course, which is going to be Unlimited X-Men. Then we have Tangled Web, Capsam, some Young Avengers, some Web Warriors, Titania, which is pretty new. Some more Spider-Man Noir, Kestrel down here. So some pretty interesting characters. There's no Echo, but there is like some other Young Avengers members, multiple Squirrel Girls, and Miss Marvel. So that's kind of interesting. And a bunch of Web Warriors, like I said. Number 3, which is going to be Gamma, We have Hero as Guardians in full, pretty much. Yeah, Valkyrie, Mighty Thor, yeah, except for Sif. We have Magic, and then, of course, on wave number 2, we have Phoenix, and we have an Icarus. But thankfully, we don't have a Cersei, so that shouldn't be too difficult, and I think this is going to be pretty easy. What's also interesting is that it says what the wave spawn is for turn meter. I don't know if we've ever seen that before. I've never noticed that before on different events, but it's in there now. 40% turn bar over here, Silver Surfer and another Valkyrie. This one doesn't look too bad. This one actually looks pretty easy. I think the goal will be to make sure you're probably killing Thor and Magic beforehand, because Magic will just bring Phoenix back if you kill her the first time, so you don't want that to happen. The fourth one is going to be for Death Seed, and we have some War Dogs with some Weapon X, and then Gambit, of course, because Gambit is one of the most annoying characters, even standalone. Enemy Gambits are one of the most annoying characters that I have ever seen in Marvel Strike Force. So make sure you deal with this early on. And then, yeah, there's a Spider Weaver down below as well, which is interesting and not fun. More War Dogs, more Weapon X, and yeah, actually, there's probably the full War Dogs team here, actually. Yeah, Black Panther 1M, Black Panther, Killmonger, Nakia, Shuri. We're just missing M'Baku. Oh no, M'Baku's there too. Yeah, pretty much everyone is there. I think we're missing Okoye, actually. Regular Okoye, or I don't know why I said regular. Okoye is missing. So that's interesting. That's going to be that. And then number 5 is going to be the collection of... what did I say? Let's jump... Can I go back? Oh. Kestrel, Deathpool, and... oh my god. Spider Weaver combo. We have Nick Fury. Oh, he's a preset character, which means we get Nick Fury on our team. So that's kind of neat. And then we're going up against some Death Seed characters as well. And just a random collection of what looks to be Horseman type characters with, I don't know, Ghost Rider and Kingpin and some Underworld characters in here. So interesting. Again, we're going to have to see how that goes. Oh, it actually does say the first time rewards here. Now, I don't know if that changes. So this is node number 5. This is the first time it shows first-time rewards. 637,500 blue 5 ions. And, you know, is that 200k or 2 million gold? I don't know. But not too much of the other stuff, but it's 637k of the blue 5 ions. The other nodes didn't show that. So this is node number 5. Pretty sure it didn't show that here. So I don't know. I would assume that there are rewards and it's just not listed for whatever reason. Node number 6, let's go to that. And again, it's not listed. So I think there are rewards on these different nodes. I think every single node is going to have rewards. It's just for whatever reason not complete and it's not listed in its entirety. Node number 6, and actually because I forget the ones and I want to look at them specifically, I'm going to just jump back really quick here. Node number 6 is Spider Weaver. Oh, those are just the 3. Number 5 is just those 3 characters, which explains why you get Nick Fury as a 4th character. Really interesting, because some people were saying, is Nick Fury going to be a character that you're going to need to upgrade for this? No, he's not, because you get a preset version of him, which is nice. Node number 6, Spider Weaver, Kestrel, Morgan Le Fay, Gambit, and Agatha. Okay, so that's where you're going to get these characters here. You're fighting not too many of them, but you're fighting, you know, a couple of Horseman characters and a couple of the Horseman teams. So that's kind of interesting there. Rogue and the Unlimited X-Men and other X-Men might not be that fun. And then, of course, number 7. Oh, no, it screwed it up again when I hit the back button. It doesn't like that. Rogue number 7. No, Rogue number 7. Node number 7. Rogue, Archangel, Deathpool, Hulk, and Evil Strange. We're getting some Darkhold yeah, not really Darkhold. Morgan Le Fay, Wong, Spider-Woman, Mr. Negative, U.S. Agent, Agatha, Red Hulk, Agent Venom, another U.S. Agent, and some Secret Avenger characters with Agatha. So, lots of Agatha. Morgan Le Fay and 2 Agathas, and a Wong. That's not fun. And a bunch of Rebirth characters with Red Hulk. So... a lot of big, powerful characters on these levels. And then finally, node number 8 is going to be only Horseman characters. So the 4 Horsemen that you're going to bring back. Luckily, because this isn't like a Scourge kind of event, that I don't think that you're going to... like, once you're done the node, it's done. Like, they're not going to carry over onto the next node, the health or the energies or anything like that. So you're fine with that. And then finally... what do we get? 637,000 blue 5 ions. Not so much here. We get 310 Apocalypse shards. There you go, the 5-star. Not 4-star, my bad. And then a 2 red Apocalypse. So 5 yellow, 2 red Apocalypse. Plus, you get a preset character of Apocalypse. So you get the 4 Horsemen plus Apocalypse on the level. So that should be fun. And a boatload of characters, my guess is here. You have an Icarus and a Cersei combination. That's going to be a great fun. Kestrel, Black Widow, Nick Fury, Spider Weaver, Doctor Doom, Emma Frost, which is not going to matter because Apocalypse actually negates that. We have a Dormammu, and then I don't even know what the story's going to look like, if the story's even there. Some Rebirth characters, Silver Surfer. They're just chucking everything at you, and hopefully we can get through that, because I don't know how much sustain they actually have as a team. I guess they have some with Apocalypse. But yeah, this is going to be pretty interesting and really exciting, because I hope that we haven't seen the blue 4 islands. We've seen some blue 5 islands listed on the rewards, but we haven't actually seen blue 4s. So hopefully with any luck that we're going to get a decent chunk of blue 4s. That way, for those of us like myself who are kind of waiting on a little bit extra to get us to finishing towards Apocalypse, I still have to upgrade Deathpool, and I still need to upgrade Kestrel. I've already done Spider Weaver. So those 2 characters are the last ones left for me before I can actually pick up Big Boy Apocalypse. Baby Apocalypse. I meant because he's a big boy. I'm looking forward to Apocalypse a lot, and I really hope that this is the excitement that the game needs, that the players need, in order to kind of push us out of this little we're in this little pit a little bit of negativity, but just like the game is kind of in a weird place right now, and I'm really hoping that Apocalypse takes us out of this, because we've been building on this for about a year, and I really hope that this gives us something to be excited about. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about these nodes, what you think about the characters. Again, make sure I'm not going to do anything right yet, but it's possible that when the event goes live, I would keep some gold aside. Doesn't help that I only have 1 million gold. That you might need to level up some of these other characters, especially the ones that are kind of used outside their teams. The Gambit, the Agatha, the Hulk, whoever the other ones were on the other nodes. So make sure that you're doing that. Make sure you keep some resources aside. And actually, you probably want to keep resources aside anyways, because when Apocalypse comes out, then you're going to want to max them out, and that's going to cost you about 15 million gold anyway. So that's the end of this video, everyone. And of course, until next time, stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you all later. Boilon signing out.